Baby Driver is written and directed by Edgar Wright and stars Ansel Elgort, Kevin Spacey, Lily James, Jamie Foxx, Asa Gonzalez, John Hamm, and also John Bernthal. He's in this film for like a cameo role, I guess. And as you can probably tell, I am on holiday and I saw this film about 5 days ago, but I haven't really had the time to review it, even though I really want to, because this holiday has been it's been pretty busy, and I literally just got out of the shower and I really want to talk about this film. And literally I have had to sort of wrap my gorilla tripod around the TV because there is literally no other space to film properly in, so I do kind of apologize for the sort of candid area of filming, I guess. But I really want to talk about this film because not only is Baby Driver one of my most anticipated films of this year, it's also one of the best films of the year. Now, this film is about a getaway driver called Baby who, because of certain medical reasons, has to constantly listen to music, and that makes him the best getaway driver there is. And along the way he falls in love with this girl and they want to run away together, but the bad guys say he has to do one more job, so you know he has to do that one last job and then he can run away with the girl forever. And obviously things get more complicated than that, and you get one of the most fun and exciting and enjoyable films of the year. Now, I would actually compare this film to two of my really favorite films, Drive and La La Land. And now most of you will probably be like, what? But that is kind of the effect that I think this film wants to give off. It's this really unpredictable and unconventional film, because on one side this is a slick, stylish film about a getaway driver who falls in love and has to protect him and the girl from the bad guys. That's the Drive aspect of the film. But the La La Land aspect of the film is that it is kind of a love story that is masking as a genre film. And in every single set piece it utilizes music, because it literally, every single set piece, whether it's a gunfight or a car chase or Baby just walking around in long take sequences getting coffee for people, every single one of these scenes is choreographed and edited around the music.
Oh, let me check. Tequila!
Which, on a technical level, that is so incredibly impressive and so fun to watch. But also, when I try to do my vlogs or my montage videos, I always try to sort of edit the clips around the music, right, the songs. And seeing that being done on the big screen, like on a professional level, that is really encouraging and gets me really excited for my own filmmaking. So thank you for the confidence boost, Edgar Wright. So let's talk about Edgar Wright as a director. This is one of the most unique and original. I know people say original a lot, but this is one of those times where it's true, and he's one of the most creative directors working today. I love all of his films, and one of the things that I really like about Edgar Wright is that it's kind of like Tarantino, in which you know it's a Tarantino film when you watch it, you know it's an Edgar Wright film when you watch it, but they all feel so different. And that can definitely be said for Baby Driver, because this is an Edgar Wright film, definitely. You can tell that through the amazing editing, you know, the fast-paced action, the energetic directing. But it also feels so different, and I just love the directing and the editing in this film so much. In fact, all of Edgar Wright's films, I love the transitions, you know, because most films, you know, you just fade to black when you want to, you know, do a transition, but in this one, it's so creative. I just love how he does transitions in all of his films. Let's talk about the acting. First, obviously, we want to talk about Ansel Elgort, who's the main character, but I want to take this time quickly to talk about Divergent actors and their work. Because I think that everyone knows that the Divergent film is a complete utter pig shit, and they are just horrible. But one of the best things about Divergent is the talent that it has. Now, okay, look at Miles Teller, right? He was in Divergent. He's also in Whiplash and War Dogs. Amazing performances in both films, right? Look at Jai Courtney. He was in Divergent. He was, in my opinion, one of the only redeeming qualities of Suicide Squad. Look at Shailene Woodley. She was in Divergent. She is in Big Little Lies. Please watch that show, it's so good. Big Little Lies, right? She's in that show and she gives one of the best performances of the year, not just TV, but in TV's movies in general, right? Zoe Kravitz, also in Divergent, also in Big Little Lies, also brilliant performance. Ansel Elgort, also in Divergent, absolutely great in this film. I love his character so much. His character was so like universal, like everyone could understand and relate to him. And even though he doesn't get like a ton of dialogue, I do really like his character, and I really love the interaction between him and his foster dad, and that gave the film so much more emotional depth, which I think if this film was lacking anything, it would be emotional depth. And I do think that Ansel Elgort's scenes with his foster dad really give that emotional punch that the film needed. And I just really, really liked his character. Kevin Spacey, one of my favourite actors of all time. He basically plays Kevin Spacey in this film, and he is in the film quite a bit. And in my opinion, Kevin Spacey playing Kevin Spacey is more than enough, because it's just so great to see Kevin Spacey in anything. Jamie Foxx is also really, really good, but I really want to talk about Jon Hamm, who I haven't really seen much of Jon Hamm's work, but he was so great in this film. He was in this film a lot more than I thought, and I really liked the direction that they took his character in. I thought that was really interesting. And I just really liked the way he played the character and the way the character was written. And one more thing about the characters, and I guess the film in general, is that Edgar Wright, when he's writing this film, when he's directing it, he never makes anything feel too absurd. There are these completely over-the-top action set pieces that are so well directed and so well edited, and there are also these characters who look like these comic book characters, and their names and stuff are just completely over the top. But the film actually takes time to sort of give these characters backstory, and so they never feel too absurd. They never feel like these comic book characters. They feel like humans, and that is something that most films don't accomplish nowadays. And I love the pacing of this film. I think like the first act of this film is some of the most fast-paced and energetic filmmaking I've ever seen in my life. And I think that the second act will throw some people off because it does slow down a bit. But I really appreciate that, because I think that this film does take its time, like I said, to really flesh out and develop these characters, so that, you know, when you go into the third act, there's that much more depth to it, to the characters, and you actually care about the characters when they're running around getting shot at. And I really think that that is something that most films don't do nowadays. You know, most films are just these big flashy action scenes, and they don't really take that time to slow down and really sort of look at the characters. And that is why this is one of the best films of the year. That is why this film is sort of really different from any other film of its genre. And then obviously the film definitely picks up in the third act, which is incredible. I do have one problem with this film though, and that is the character that Lily James plays. And I think that she was very good in this film, by the way, don't get me wrong, she was very good. But in the third act, I think that Edgar Wright, when he was writing the script, I feel like he kind of made her character have these split-second, life-changing decisions that no human being in their right mind would make. I think that, like, it just feels weird. It doesn't feel like these actions are justified. I think if you've seen the film, then you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. But aside from that, I had so much fun with Baby Driver. It is the perfect blend of comedy and action and style and substance, and I'm gonna give Baby Driver an A. Guys, thank you as always for watching. I realise that the holiday has been a little bit of shag in terms of uploading because, well, you know, I can't upload it that much. I haven't even seen Spider-Man Homecoming. I'll try and see it. I'll try and get a review out for it. I'll definitely see War for the Planet of the Apes, and I'll get a review out for that when it comes out in the UK. And obviously this means that I'll have to sort of bump up my schedule in terms of my reviews for Christopher Nolan films, because Dunkirk is coming up very soon, and so is Game of Thrones. I cannot wait. But I will get those reviews out, Inception, Interstellar, and Dark Knight Rises. I will get those reviews out for you guys as soon as I can. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, thank you.